Kapil ji, are you there? Jai Chinendra, everyone.
Jai Chinendra, sir.
Jai Chinendra, Jayanti.
Yeah, today there were already few of them not attending message. So yeah.
We start with the prayer.
Oh yes, yeah, you can start. Shamadasya nitaram vinkaram karmabodhram Yamataram Vishvatatvanam Vande Tatkamalabdhaye. Jai Chinendra.
Jai Chinendra. Mahendran sir, have you come across this subject of Pramanay in your Jainology studies yet?
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, it is. There is a separate subject called logics, Jain logics. It is.
Okay.
It is basically about the 11 tools of Naya.
Okay.
So, Anekantvad, Syadvad, Praman, Naya, Sabdabangi. So, all those 11 different tools, including, Durnaya of the 363, false
Yeah.
loop, everything. Those 11 tools. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a separate subject. Ma'am is taking it, so it gets more interesting. Yeah.
So with the context that we are talking about now in this class, do you see much difference in those discussions there?
No, it is very similar. Actually, there it is not this detailed.
Okay.
She is using the same book for Naya, the Naya Chakra guidebook, but it is only maybe she is covering in 2 or 3 classes. Yeah. For Naya, she is using this book, but for all the others, there are different notes, and some she uses books, some mostly there is a note. Somebody developed a few years back notes.
Okay.
So some of them are only 1 page, but ma'am obviously takes a go in details and talks about, meaning explains a lot there.
Right. Would they be contesting references across the board, like say from agamic point of view, from paramalgamic point of view, from other philosophics point of view?
Yeah, so the other philosophies that was covered in the second semester. So
Mhm.
all 7, I think there are 9 different Indian philosophies.
Yeah.
Each philosophy is covered in detail as a separate subject, meaning
Okay.
the 9 different dharmas or philosophies form one subject. Second semester, one of the subject is Indian philosophy.
Okay.
So there, all the comparison is given there. So in the context, it is about more about Jainism only. There are references here and there, but the importance is more about Jain logics.
Okay. Okay.
So there is a book with the title Source Book. If you need, I can send the book that covers. It includes some comparison, but focus on Jaina logics. But
Yeah.
it has a lot of comparison with the different Indian logics.
Right. Right. Yeah. If you don't mind, you can whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, sure, I will do.
Because the question that comes to my mind is that as much as we are talking about Jain logics and the expression of all this Vyavharne, Nishchayne, or Anekant from a Jain point of view, within the boundaries of Jainism as well, there are so many different approaches to this subject that in fact for a learner it becomes more confusing as to who would be the trustworthy source. So when there is so much of at a higher level, there is so much of confusion being, I won't say they're trying to create it, but it seems to be how it is hanging on to the people who are trying to learn about it. And then even in day-to-day practice, then that becomes more of a hurdle or a block from progressing any further. So that's why I'm a bit keen into looking at different people from different areas of expertise, how they treat this subject, if there are any references that come at a higher level of studies.
Yes, I can send that even for almost for each Indian philosophy. I think someone prepared, different people prepared presentations. So I can send sources that for easy reference. There There
Yeah.
is, they try to compare where, they state that principle or that dharma, and then say what are the flaws in it and how the Jainism is addressing those
Okay.
those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah. So, for example, the Buddhism, the Shanikvad, why it is, it doesn't fit into the reality, and what are the flaws in it, and what is Buddha's answer to some of the questions, why he didn't, some of the questions he didn't answer, he just
Right.
kept quiet. So there, what is Mahavira's answer to the same questions? So those things are discussed in those classes.
Right. Thank you.
I'll do that. Anybody want to call, ma'am? Maybe let me call ma'am. Yeah, looks like ma'am is talking to someone else. Line is, maybe give her some more time. Yeah. Okay, ma'am is here.
Jai Jinendra, sorry for the delay.
Jai ma'am.
Sorry for the delay.
Jayendra ma'am.
Sorry for the delay. There were
It's
guests at home, so पता नहीं चला.
जय जिनेंद्र में
कैसे लूं?
कैसे पी लो कैसे
एक मिनट. Sorry dear, sorry again. थोड़ा सा व्यवधान. जय जिनेंद्र, मंगलाचरण हो गया?
जी ma'am.
Okay. Any doubts related to last class? We are studying the Naya Chakra. हाँ, पूछो.
My doubt is, I've got a couple. One is that we are crediting Jain tradition or the religion or the Jain philosophy as being promoter or the one who has identified Anekantwad. But would you say that Anekant had existed even before that? During
Okay. If you take the Sutra Kritang Sutra, it talks as
Yeah.
Okay, vibhajan, vibhajya. So that is the rudiments of Anekant that you find in the Jain Agamas. And along
Okay.
with that, you have the word Syad.
Right.
Syad pad. Siya athi, siya nathi. When Bhagwan was asked whether the lok is Shashwat or Ashashwat, he said Siya Sasaya, Siya Asasaya. Siya means not Shayad. It is relatively. From this point of view, it is eternal. From this point of view, it is non-eternal. From the Dravya point of view, it is eternal. From the Paryay point of view, it is non-eternal. So again, the
Right.
word Syad is again from the Agamas.
Okay.
Okay. And then you
Yeah.
have the Saptabhangi, Syad Asti, Sya Nasti, all that Saptabhangi you have. So
Right.
and if you take Kundakunda's literature, it is all written from the Nishchay Vyavhar point of view.
Yeah.
So this is how we trace the origin of the concept of Anekantvad and all that.
Right.
Nayavad, Nikshepad and all that. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Mm.
So all the communications that would have been happening before that, wouldn't they also be including Nay and Praman as such without being
course.
identified?
Of course, they were all there. If you take the 14 Purvas, one Purva is Gyan Pravad Purva. So
Okay.
iska jo source hai wo Gyan Pravad Purva hai.
Okay.
Gyan,
Okay.
what is Gyan? और
Right.
पूर्व लिखा हुआ तो इतना बड़ा पूर्व तो उसमें एक ही तो लाइन लिखी होगी ना तो जितना
Definitely.
मैटर प्रमाण नए ही वहां पर होगा.
Right.
Okay. So
And the
we have
second
the
question.
हाँ
Sorry.
बोलो
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
बोलो.
ahead.
We have the 5 branches of philosophy. If you want, you can note down. Metaphysics is Tattva Mimamsa. Ethics, Achar Mimamsa. Then you have epistemology, that is Praman or Gyan Mimamsa. And then logic, that is Tarka. Again, I'll repeat, metaphysics, ethics, epistemology. So metaphysics is Tattva Mimamsa. Mimamsa means speculation, study, analysis. Ethics is Achar Mimamsa. And epistemology is Praman or Gyan Mimamsa. And then you take logic, that is Tarka. And then aesthetics, that is the study of beauty, Saundarya. What is beauty? Who is beautiful? Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Ishwar Satya hai. Satya hi Shiv hai. Shiv hi Sundar. And for us, Ishwar is Atma, which is supremely of the divine nature. So wohi Sat hai, wohi Shiv hai, wohi Sundar hai. So the study of faith. Then this is the 5-branch philosophy. Then you have 10-branch philosophy in which they include political science, axiology, the study of values, and so many other things. But originally, Indian philosophy mein these 5. And not only Jainism, every philosophy has its own metaphysics, ethics, epistemology. Epistemology mein zyada nahi milega. And logic.
Okay.
So what I would say is apply the logic, understand the Gyan epistemology, then you will get the knowledge of the reality that is Tattva, and then the ethics will be right. The Achar will be right. And then you will discover the beautiful Atma.
Right. So it starts from the logic.
It starts from logic. It starts from Praman Nay. And Jain community में जिनके पास भी प्रमाण नए नहीं है उनको सम्यक दर्शन का चांसेस नहीं.
Right.
उनको ज्ञान मीमांसा मालूम ही नहीं है. आत्मा ज्ञान स्वभाव है. 5J को रख करके बताया ओ ऐसा आत्मा मैं हूं, ऐसा तत्व मीमांसा नहीं है. फिर वो thousands of years you keep following the ethical conduct, nothing, zero, value is zero. Punya, value punya, but more mithyatva. With mithyatva, you are doing the punya. So with mithyatva, you are doing the punya means 47 ghati karm ki prakriti ban rahi hai.
Yeah.
And with that punya, you get shubh gati, shubh naam karm, shubh gotra, shubh body, sata, ayush, everything. But after that, what? Once you have enjoyed the fruit of it, again, Nigodh will manifest and take you to Nigodh. Sorry, mithyatva will manifest and take you to Nigodh. So that's how the cycle goes on.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
So what I told you now, it's covering a hell a lot of things, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm.
And the second question was, I was listening to a commentary on Atma Siddhi Shastra, and on the Sutra number 29, on the one which is talking about Nishchay Nay, the commentator was suggesting that one should not be engaging into Nayavad or Nay Praman, and should listen to the oration of all the scholars. So if they are commenting on ignoring this, what would the intention be?
I'll just get that book and come back.
Sure.
Which sutra you, not sutra, you should
No,
not
it's
say
a
sutra.
um,
Atma Siddhi is not written in sutra form.
stanza 29, it says.
Wait, let me take it out. Stanza 29. Yeah.
Yeah.
See here. Okay. Lahyu Swarup Navgrahu. See what he says. Lahyu Swarup 28, I'm telling. You have not understood the Swarup. स्वरूप की वृत्ति को ग्रहण नहीं किया और बहुत व्रत आदि का अभिमान किया. You did lot of vratas and you had a tall ego about it. ग्रहे नहीं परमार्थ ने. You have not understood the supreme truth. लेवा लौकिक मान, and लौकिक way में only your egoistic. अथवा you took the निश्चय ने and matra shabdani mai, only shabda way mein you understood the nishchay nahi, but you did not understand the essence of Jainism. Then you even ignored the sad vyavahar, the real vyavahar you ignored. Sadhana rahit thai, so you have not got the right means of moksha.
Right.
That is the meaning of this line.
Okay.
Athava. First, you engaged in all the ethical works, ethical conduct, without applying the Samyak Darshan, logic. Or even if you went to the logic part, you got hold of one part, but you left the other part. Right. You got hold, for example, I say I am pure soul, or Atma kuch khati piti nahi hai. Atma never consumes anything, so I don't consume anything. But 24/7, I'm engaged in eating and enjoy. Right. This is the meaning of this line.
Okay. Got it.
तुम्हें ना, so we next semester we will read मोक्ष मार्ग प्रकाशक का एक और चैप्टर जिसमें निश्चयाभासी, व्यवहाराभासी, उभयाभासी, वहां पे क्या क्या fallacies होती है वो बताएंगे.
Right.
That time these two lines will be more clear.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
And when we do this Naya Chakra guide book also, many things will be clear.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
है ना, यहाँ पर आपने निश्चय नय को ग्रहण किया सिर्फ ऊपर से, but not the way it should be taken. And so you disengage yourself from the sad vyavahar. You became very, what to say, एक नए को आपने पकड़ लिया, दूसरे नए को छोड़ दिया.
Right.
That is the meaning of this line.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Then see here, ज्ञान दशा पामे नहीं, साधन दशा न काई, पामे तेनो संग चे, ते बूढ़े भवमाई. Yani, you have not understood the jnana dasha of the Atma, and you have not understood the sadhan dasha. What are the means of moksha? You have not understood. And whoever takes to the company of the people who are jnana and sadhan shunya, te बूढ़े भवमाही. बूढ़े मतलब डूबेंगे, भवमाही, संसार में डूबेंगे.
Right.
That is the meaning.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. और कोई question? That's it. Chalo. See here. This
Your
text.
video is not on.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Why you did not say so long? Oh God, I'm so sorry. मैंने भी ध्यान नहीं दिया, आपके ऊपर ही ध्यान था. चलो. So it takes a lot of efforts for me to teach you this paper in English because all the terms are so technical and I don't want to leave any line. But I can't cover every line in the given time. So I think you will get the English translation of this book, or please get it. If you don't get it, you all teach each other. You have any doubts, I'm always there, available on the group, in the class. Please take help. Okay. Now all of you will take page number 8 of the Naya Chakra guidebook. So what we are doing is logic, Jaina logic, to understand the Jain epistemology and the Jain metaphysics, so that we take to the ethics correctly and come on the path of moksha. All have to be together. Logic be, metaphysics be, ethics be. Then only the beauty of the soul can be understood or discovered or realized and experienced and perfected. It's a long, long way to go. Right? All these days, we did not know the right path of moksha. We were just doing something according to our understanding. But now we have to understand what Bhagwan told in the Divya Dhvani in the Samoshar. That has come down and it got lost in time. And then Kunda Kunda revived it and gave it in the form of Samay Sar, Pravachan Sar, Niyams. Okay, and then Tattvartha Sutra, Kunda Kunda's disciple, Umaswati, in that line tradition. And then he gave the Tattvartha Sutra. And based on the Tattvartha Sutra, all the logic works were written. And those logic works give all the details of this that we are discussing now. Okay, yeah. So first class, we understood about the importance of Naya. 7 points were given that we discussed. Now, the general nature of Naya, that also has been discussed. Now we come to the Vyavahar Naya. What are the salient features of Vyavahar Naya? Okay, what are the salient features of Vyavahar Naya given on page number 8? 8, 9, 10, enough. Then Nishchay Naya ke salient features. And then we will do the 18 differences between Nishchay and Vyavahar. Up to page number 15, I want to discuss today. Okay, yeah. And then Vyavahar Naya ke 4 divisions ke names, Nishchay Naya ke divisions ke 4 divisions ke names. Only names will touch. And then next class, we'll go and do the Vyavahar Naya ke divisions. And in the 4th class, we'll do the Nishchay Naya ke divisions. So that way in 4 classes, let us say by November, mid-November, I'll finish this book. Clear? Okay. So chalo. So I have already told you that how many Nayas are there? Infinite. Gyatur Abhiprayo Naya. And how many speakers, how many perspectives or views of things, that many Nayas are there. Naya is simply viewpoint. So 4 statements, if you want, you can realize. Vastu Ananta Dharmatmaka, multi-dimensional reality. Reality is multi-dimensional. This is Anekantvad, 1-line statement. There are infinite, many aspects of reality. That is Anekantvad. And you have to understand it relatively. That relatively is Syadvad. And then you interpret it from a particular perspective, from this point of view. Relatively means from this point of view, it is like this. From that point of view, it is like that. That point of view is called Nayavad. Or you can say, first you look at that multi-dimensional reality from different viewpoints. And then you say, relatively, it is like this. Relatively, it is like that. Aja, come here. Sabko Jai Jinendra bolo. Idhar aa, sabko milati hu. Come. Jaldi aayegi. Jai Jinendra bolegi now. Yes, this is the guest at my place, Dimple. She lives at Vandalur, near the zoo, with all the animals. Right? She's shifted to a new house. Okay. She was curious to know what is happening. Okay. Chalo. She can't believe that I teach the teachers and you all are from different countries and all that, you know. And then she said, what do you teach?
Ma'am,
Bolo.
I think the recording is not on, ma'am.
No, it is live, dear.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
It
you.
is live. It is live. Okay. Chalo, main aage. Oh, if the recording is not there, my heart will break.
It is
Because
on.
I don't listen to the recordings, but you will be at a loss. Sure. So understood. And then you express it in 7 dialections. Dialect. And a dialect, matlab 7 ways you present it. That is called Saptabhangi. And then there are other tools of logic. The other one is very important is Nikshep. Nikshep. So 5 ho gaya. Then Adhyatma ke Naya. Adhyatma ke Naya is Nishchay Vyavahar. Naya mein hi we have divisions. Adhyatma ke Naya, pure spirituality, understanding Nayas are the Nishchay Vyavahar. And then Agam ke Naya. So next semester or next year, you will study Agam ke Naya separately. Beautiful book. But not as interesting as Naya Chakra guidebook, but it is informative. Okay, all that is there in the Agamas. Agamas matlab tha, Purva mein tha. But aate it got diluted, then again it got revived. Okay, so Agam ke Naya ho gaya. So how many you have got? 5, 6, 7. Then you have 363 Pakhandi Mat. 363 pseudo philosophies. From their point of view, try to understand how, where all we go wrong. So very beautifully, it is all told in many places. And one of my students, she has done her PhD on Sutra Kritang Sutra and the 363 schools and the 11 schools of philosophy present at the time of Mahavir. 11 schools mein aata hai na, jaise Tat Jiva, Tat Sharirava, that beautifully she has done it. And her Viva will be coming up. You should read that thesis. You should read it. And another student, she's done her PhD on Atma ki 47 Shaktiyan. So very beautiful thesis coming up, and 6 people have registered for PhD, and they're all looking at things. Okay. But these 2 people have set a benchmark. You know, and in .2 years, they completed it. .2 years. Because they have done their MA and they have been a guest faculty with me for almost 6, 7, 8 years. So then they did the PhD. They did their MPhil and then their PhD. So I'm really very happy about it. Okay, and they are teaching in the department, Kashmira and Reshma. Okay, so they came very raw people, you know, very raw people they came. But they were open to things. They kept imbibing, they kept absorbing, and they added their own things and they looked at things. And Sutra Kritang Sutra, beautifully she is brought out. And the examiners have given the report, you know, it's a piece of excellent work. Excellent work, you know. So, yeah. So, chalo. So understood how many I have given? 8 I have given. 8 I have given. Yeah. Then next is Praman. Praman, 9. Then what you have, Agam Kene, Nikshep ho gaya. What are the other 2? I will look at it and tell you. Wait 1 second. You just give me, I'll tell. Note down. What are the other 2? Nikshep, Praman, Naya, Agam, Logic, Anekantvat. Haan. Dravya Gun Paryay. Dravya Gun Paryay. Then you have Nimit Upadan. Yeah, these are the 2. Dravya Gun Paryay, Nimit Upadan. So these all include 4 Abhav, Lakshan, Lakshana. Lakshan, Lakshana, Bhas all come under क्या बोले तर्क. तर्क में मतलब वो सब अनुमान प्रमाण में आएगा. Praman itself is a big ocean. So ask Mahendran sir, he's in the 2nd year MA. So Praman we have done for 2 months. And then 2 months we have done Naya, Anekantvad. And now वहां पर भी नए की क्लास ही चल रही. Okay, चल. So व्यवहार नए salient features, write down. First one. It will always talk formally. Vyavahar Naya will always, formally ka meaning hai upchar. And it will try to look at only the divisions. It will only look at the divisions. The target is the divisions, not the whole reality. The whole reality is Praman. Some aspects of the reality is Naya. So it will talk only about some aspects, 1 or 2 or aspects. then it is Vyavar Naya. Okay, then formally talking is called as Vyavar Naya. That is, if you have understood, you need not write. Third one, Parashrit Kathan. This Vyavar Naya will always identify the outside element, not the inside element of the thing. For example, if a student has studied very well, he is excelled in the studies, then what we will give the credit to the teacher, external element. Right? So that is Vyavar. Supposing you all are understanding Paramagam very well, then you will say, Priya ma'am, aapki kripa se hua. So that is Vyavar. But if Priya ma'am think, oh, meri kripa se hua, that is Mithyat. Vyavar को बोलना is not गलत, but व्यवहार को सही मान लेना is गलत. Understand? To talk about the व्यवहार point of view is never wrong, but to consider and conclude that point of view as the ultimate, that is perversion. That is perverted view. Clear? Okay. Next one. व्यवहार नय में कर्ता कर्म are two different elements. Like, for example, milk getting converted into curd. So the milk has the potential to get converted into curd. So that milk is the karta and the curd is the karma. So Nishchay Naya will say karta karma are in the same dravya. But what this Vyavar Naya will say, the lady who put the little curd in the milk is the karta. Who made the curd? Oh, my mother made the curds. Lovely curds. She sent the curd so beautifully. Right? So Vyavar Naya will say mother as the karta. Nishchay Naya will say mother is only the nimit. Like that. Understood viewpoint difference? Very, very
Yes,
important. Okay. एक ही द्रव्य के भाव को अन्य द्रव्य के भाव रूप कहना. For example, one dravya has got one bhav, but we say that bhav is of another dravya. है ना? Because that reality is so complex. For example, there is a pot in which you keep the ghee or sugar, or then you call it a sugar pot or ghee pot. Ghee ka ghada. Liya, tanni kodam, pani ka ghada. What does it mean? The pot is made of ghee. Is the pot made of sugar? Is the pot made of water? No. It is the pot which is used for the vyavar of keeping the water or pot, ghee or sugar. So instead of telling so long, we'll say ghee ka ghada. As if the ghada belongs to the ghee or the ghada is made of ghee. You understand? Ghee ka ghada. Ghada means pot in which the ghee is kept. So Vyavar will say the pot belongs to the ghee belongs to the pot. Nishtay will say no, the ghee belongs to the ghee, the pot belongs to the mud. No, they don't belong to each other. But Vyavar Naya mein will mix up and we'll talk. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next point. Supposing one dravya is operating, ghee is operating as ghee, but we call it as somebody else's property. Ghade ki property, ghee ka ghada. So, वहां पर क्या है? The dravya is doing the parinaman and we call it as anya dravya ka कहना, anya dravya ka कह देना. Like, for example, the student studied. Parinaman of the studies happened in the mind of the student. And you give the credit to the teacher. Anya dravya ko maan lena. Oh, Vyavar. Okay. Next point. Point number 7. Vyavar Naya will establish the Karan Karya Sambandh between the Swadravya and Paradravya. I told you the example of milk and curds, student and teacher. Now the Atma gets Keval Gyan. We'll give the credit to the teacher, to Kevali Bhagwan, to Jinwani, external factors ko. So Swadravya mein kaam hua, but credit Paradravya ko diya. This is Vyavar. अनेक भावों में अनेक एक द्रव्य में कारण कार्य सब. Next one. Vyavaharnay is abhutarth. Abhutarth means not reliable, untrue. Kathanchit, it is of value, otherwise totally no value. So the question arises, if it is abhutarth, bhutarth means real, abhutarth means unreal, then why so much of detailing about Vyavar is given in Jainism? Question can arise, no? So such questions we are going to take up and now analyze this Vyavar. Okay, yeah. So you read the paribhasha of Vyavarnay is given, definition. Ek nay, jo nay, that point of view, which takes the akhand vastu and looks at the divisions. Okay, or do bhinna vastuon mein, it says they are one. Okay, two bhinna vastu, ghee and ghada. They are two bhinna vastu. Bhinna means separate. But you call them as one. Vyavarnay. Understood? Definition. Okay. So, एक minute. हाँ, sorry, मैं आपने देखी नहीं. Yeah, sorry, I had to see them off. Okay, now understood the definition. Now, what is the karya? What does this Vyavarnay do? In the abhed vastu, it will see the bheda. For example, Atma is Gyayak Bhav. But Vyavarnay will say, Atma mein Gyan hai, Darshan hai, Charitra hai, Sukh hai, all that. Vyavar. Again, I'll take one loose example. Sugar is what it is. But that is Nishchay point of view. Sugar is sugar. Vyavar, what it will say, it is sweet, it is crystal, it is whiteness, all the physical, chemical properties of sugar, Vyavarnay will describe. Nishchay will say, oh, it is sugar. No, that's more than enough. Don't talk about the details. Mujhe shakkar se matlab hai, I will use it. Okay, so bhed gine sansar. And mithya drishti so vyavhar drishti. Nishchay drishti so samyak drishti. Drishti. All this is drishti ka vishay. If you look at the Gyayak Bhav, it is Nishchay Nay. But if you try to look at the differences, it is Vyavarnay. Both you need. Both the viewpoints you need. They are like two eyes. Then only you can see the completeness. Okay. If you take this Siddha Chakra Yantra, in the Shvetambar tradition, you have the Naupad Oli, Siddha Chakra, Panch Parmeshti, and Gyan Darshan Charitra Tap. All that will be put in the pot, Kalash. And Bahar, they'll put the two eyes. So these two eyes are Nishchay Vyavar, or Dravya Paryay, or Praman Naya. When you look at that, from that viewpoint at the wholeness, you will understand what Panch Parmeshti is, what Gyan Darshan Charitra Tap. But if you don't apply both the drishtis, you will miss the bus of understanding the reality. So this logic, no, not everybody can understand. Not everybody has that patience. Everybody is just instant, like instant coffee, instant noodles. Everybody wants instant Ratnatraya, instant moksha. So they miss this logic. They bypass this logic and they directly go to the ethics, Charitra and Tap. They don't wait to see what is the reality, tattva kya hai, logic kya, no time, no patience. That's why this study is not so popular. It's very few people who come up to this level. You understand, Sonal ji? आप समाज में जाइए, 100 लोगों को पूछिए, do they know the real application of all this? They will say, ये क्या होता है? No time, no interest. No time, no interest. ओ बहुत आत्मा आत्मा की बात, no time. People know, उनको बोलो IPL की टिकट 4,000 की टिकट 20,000 में मिल रही है, ready to take and go and enjoy and come. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? We are interested in राग द्वेष. More than राग द्वेष, राग का राग we are interested. इसलिए वीतराग भाव में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. इसलिए वीतराग भाव को कैसे फाइंड करना उसका भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं. All the study we are doing to understand the वीतराग भाव. पूरे नयों का एक ही प्रयोजन है, वीतराग भाव का पोषण. चारों अनुयोग का एक ही प्रयोजन है, वीतराग भाव का पोषण. ओके, चलो. सो व्यवहार नय का कार्य अभेद में भेद देखेगा. अभेद मीन्स one undivided whole, you see the parts. भेद means parts. Okay, उसको समझाने के लिए भेद भेद करके समझाते हैं और निमित्त और संयोगों की बात करेंगे. They'll talk in the language of निमित्त, they'll talk in the language of संयोगी भावों का ज्ञान. See, you're going in the train and along with in your train thousands of people are coming. Right? So all these are sanyogi bhav. So Atma is going on the path of moksha. But along with the Atma, there are many sanyogi bhav. Karma hai, kashai hai, kaya hai, maya hai, family hai. All these are there. So Vyavaharnay will talk about all the sanyogi bhav also. And their role also. Also. Okay, and it will do the difference between the karta karma. They are two different people. Now the karta of taking me to Delhi is the train. The karta is the driver. The karta is the government, the TT who gave me the ticket and all those things. But now the train is going every day. I don't reach Delhi until and unless I have the sankalp of going to Delhi. So that sankalp is the karta, and traveling Nishtay will say. And Vyavaar will say, no, had the train not been, how you would have reached? Had the driver not driven the train, how you would have reached? So all that. The track is also there. Had the track not been, how you would have reached? So it will look at all the external, beating around the bush things. Like that. Okay? Chalo. So this way you have to read. Then Bhutarth, Abhutarth. Next paragraph. Bhutarth, Abhutarth. So, Vyavaharnay is told with some purpose, prayojan. So, it is Kathanchit Bhutarth. Actually, a Bhutarth. But, okay, formally, it is there. So, we say, yes, track also took me, train also took me, driver also took me, all. Yes. Please keep yourself muted. Sorry. Understood? So it is not sarvatha. Sarvatha means totally you cannot do with it. It has got its role. But track is going every day, train is going every day, but I am not going. Then how do I go? Can the train come to my house and take me and go? No. It has got its role. I have got my role. Like that you have to understand. Okay? Yeah. So when you say, see, for example, when you want to use the bow and arrow or shoot something, you close one eye, no? You close one eye. So by closing that eye does not mean destroying that eye. Likewise, when you consider things from the Nishtay point of view, that doesn't mean that you kill and sabotage all the Vyavaar point of view. It is there, but you have to close it. So closing it is called as gone. Gone kar do. Secondary kar do, not important. That doesn't mean that you take and pierce your eyes and destroy it. That viewpoint is not there at all. It doesn't mean that. When you say the crow is black, it has got red blood is secondary. Secondary. That doesn't mean ki crow is only black. There are other colors, but talking about those other colors is not a primary issue. It's a secondary issue. So like that, primary, secondary. This is called as pradhan and gaun. For example, when they say Mr. X is a father, that means what? He is a son is secondary. He's an Indian, he's a businessman. That viewpoint is not important right now. When that father goes to the child's school, he's addressed as a father. At that time, talking about he being a businessman or he being a student of Parmagam, all that is secondary, not required at all. That doesn't mean he is not all this. He is, but it is silent, unspoken reality. Clear? So Vyavahar Nyaya will look at one particular viewpoint and ignore the others and does not say that those others don't exist. Understood? Like that, you have to analyze. Okay. So Mukhya Gaun karke. So this is how the Shastra are written. Every line in the Shastra is written on the basis of Nishchaya Vyavahar. Even Namo Ariyantanam, even Naukar Mantra. If you take and you don't interpret the Nishchaya Vyavahar point of view, you will not know the meaning of Naukar. Even Samaik, Pratikraman, Puja, Diksha, Vrat, Tap, Niyam, Pratyakyan, everything. I'm sorry, a lot of messages coming up and. Okay, so understood. Understood. Okay. So if you have any problem, please understand. Otherwise, go through the text and try to understand. Now, next question he's raising is, abhutarth vyavahar nyaya ka pratipadan kyun karte ho? When it is abhutarth and it has got relatively no value, then why do you talk about vyavahar nyaya? Why do you talk about so much of vyavahar? When Samaik, Pratikraman, Vrat, Tap, Daya, Puja, Bhakti, all these activities have no prayojan. Only Atma realization is the prayojan. Means why all this vyavahar is spoken about? Why are you confusing us? Somebody can ask, no? So for that question, they are giving the answer. So what they are saying is, 3 points they'll give over here. First point, reality is multidimensional. Okay. Reality is multidimensional, and that multidimensional reality cannot be spoken about from one Nyaya point of view. Ek Nyaya se vivad or parihar nahi ho sakta. Like for example, what is the elephant? Can you give one statement that will talk about the whole elephant? Like for example, I ask you, what is a lemon? In one statement, can you tell me about the whole lemon? One statement, that's all. What you will say, it is yellow in color. So from the color point of view, color Nyaya, it is yellow. What about that time taste? So in the yellow color, the taste is not there. The taste is in the taste. The color is in the color. Then you'll say, oh, from the taste point of view, it is sour. From size point of view, it is smaller than a sweet lime, bigger than a gooseberry or whatever. That's how you will describe. No, so many viewpoints to describe. But knowing the lemon is one thing. Describing it in so many ways is Vyavahar Nyaya. In the Nyaya, you can't separate in the lemon, you can't separate the yellow color and the sour taste separate. It is one undivided whole of so many properties. But when you look at one property and ignore the other property, it is called as Vyavahar. Okay, so Anekantatmak Vastu cannot be understood from one Nyaya point of view. You can't get the valid knowledge of the whole reality. Praman nahi hoga. So Vyavahar Nyaya also accompanies the Nishchaya. Clear? Second, if the Vyavahar Nyaya is not there, Tirth ka lop ho jayega. For example, there are 1,000 people listening to Jinvani. Out of the 1,000 people, 10 people only will come to the Praman Naya and understand the Nishchay point of view. The other 990 people will take to the Vyavhar only. And that is how the Jain congregation community will continue to exist. If you remove the Vyavhar and people don't understand the Nishchay also, then the Chaturvid Tirth ka hi lop ho jayega. People will be keep taking to Vyavhar and keep taking to Nishchay, and those who come to the Nishchay point of view and get the whole reality will progress on the path of spirituality or moksha marg. Others will remain in samsara. Again, out of those 990 people, maybe in another Kal Chakra, 10 more people will understand, or 100 people will understand. Okay, like that you have to understand. So that Nishchay Naya says that the Vastu is anirvachaniya. Anirvachaniya means inexplainable. Nirvachan matlab explaining. Anirvachan matlab it cannot be explained. For example, I ask you, what is your mother? Tell in one line, one viewpoint. One viewpoint you can tell. My mother is tall and beautiful. It is one viewpoint. Now, is your mother only tall and beautiful? Does she not have that loving nature? Is she not a good cook? Is she not a wonderful social worker or whatever it is? So the whole mother, talking about the whole mother is Nishchay. And looking at the different aspects of mother is Vyavhar. Like that you have to understand. Third point. Understood first point. Anekantvad Drishti, Vastu, Praman, Naya, only certain viewpoints, and both are important. Tirth ka lop ho jayega. Vyavhar Naya is not there means Tirth ka lop ho jayega. Okay, Vyavhar Naya is important. Then Nishchay Naya ka lop kar do. Lop kar do means throw it off. No need, not required. They say, if you remove the Nishchay Naya, that viewpoint, you won't get the reality. Tattva ka lop ho jayega. Tattva gyan nahi ho paega. Moksha marg nahi hoga. So both are important. Okay. Chalo. Third point for Vyavhar Naya is in the LKG level, Prarambhik Bhumika mein, you can't explain Nishchay Naya. You have to use Vyavhar Naya to explain to the Anarya in the language of the Anarya. Mlech ko mlech ki bhasha mein samjhana. In the Friday class, I gave this example. Supposing I tell my child, please get me H2O. To 3-4-year-old child, H2O lekar aao. Now that child doesn't know what is H2O. Actually, water is H2O only, no. What is water? 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule. And I talk about the Nishchay point of view. H2O lekar aao, bring H2O. Now the child doesn't understand. So what I have to say? Ja mammam lekar aa. Okay, understand? Mammam. Bacche log mammam karte na, pani ko del se mammam. Now the child has grown up. He's 10-year-old. And you say, Bachcha, ja mammam lekar aa. There you don't say mammam. You don't say H2O. You say, ja pani, a glass pani lekar. Get me a glass of water. So understand how the Vyavhar changes. Language changes. Even though water is H2O, but no use for that Nishchay for a LKG child. You have to talk in his language if you want to communicate to him. So that's why Bhagwan said, Atma mein gyan hai, darshan hai, charitra. For mlech people, anarya, ignorant souls like us, those who are not spiritually adept are mlecha, anarya. So we are Arya from the ethical point of view, that we are not terrorists, we are not butchers. But we are not Samyak Drishti, so utna Anaryapana. That much of Aryapana is there, this much of Anaryahood is there. Understood? Arya means what? It's a great word. Arsha. Arsha means wise. Arya. Okay, so for these 3 reasons, Vyavhar Naya also has to be pursued. Now the next question. Nishchay Naya ka pratipadak. Pratipadak means explainer. Okay, Vyavhar Naya, How it can be false? Nishchay is explained through Vyavarnay. So how it can be false? That is the question. Am I loud and clear to everybody? Am I helping you to see this book?
Yes, ma'am.
So what they say over here is that Vyavarnayano will talk of the associated things, okay, which exist along on the path of moksha. But it has got no direct connection with moksha marg. It comes on the way. It comes on the way. For example, when you're traveling from Chennai to Delhi, on the way, many stations will come. Vijayawada will come, Nagpur will come, Itarsi will come, Gwalior will come, Jhansi will come, Agra will come. Then finally Delhi comes. Then you don't say, no, I want to go to Delhi. Why so many stations are coming? Arey, on the way, they will come. Like that, when you progress on the path of moksha, on the way, all the Vyavar will come. Of Vrat, Tap, Niyam, Daya, Bhakti, Puja, Path, everything will come. But you don't get down at those stations. Sit quietly in the Atma. Don't mistake these stations for Delhi. Don't mistake all these Shubh activities for Shuddha activity. Sit quietly and understand the Shuddha Upyog. And cross, go beyond all these stations, go beyond all the Shubh. Clear? You're not going in other directions as Ashubh. You're going in the direction Shubh, but you understand the difference between your goal and the ways, that associations that come on the way. And you don't get associated with those associations. You remain disassociated, you remain dispassionate, you remain detached, you remain focused. Understood? Now I'll give you one example. Pandit ji ka example hai, beautiful example. Supposing one person does not carry any precious belonging with him on the train. So what he will do? He'll be chit-chatting with everybody. He'll be roaming here and there, up and down in the compartment, right? And he'll take interest, gossip, and he'll look here, he'll look there, everything he'll be doing. He'll be playing cards, he'll be reading some book, he'll be just relaxed and distracted, okay? Now the same person, if he's carrying 1 crore value worth jewels with him or a diamond with him, how he will sit? Oh, good. Yes. But externally, he'll be doing all that activity. Internally, he's not for 1 minute forgotten the precious belonging that he's carrying. You understand? So even when he's talking, he's very careful that people don't rob me of my things. He will not roam here and there. Only if it is necessary, he will go. Otherwise, he won't go. Whatever he is doing, he is taking care of the precious belonging. Now, here you have to understand that that precious belonging is our Atma. It is traveling with us since Anadikal, but we have never loved it and taken care of it. So we have not got it. We have not realized it or manifested its inherent potential, etc. Understand? Clear? So Vyavhar is he's talking to people. Nishchay is he's not talking. He's very careful about to whom he's talking, what he is doing. Every activity of yours, of that person, he is very careful. So Nishchay will focus on the target and do all the Vyavhar, but don't consider the Vyavhar as real. According to the Karma Uday, all the Vyavhar will happen. But don't consider that as moksha marga. That is the purpose of this Vyavarnay. So Vyavarnay is talking about the Nishchay. So it is a bhutar, but it comes on the way. So you have to understand it. Next one. Abhutarth dwara pratipadit Nishchay ne bhutarth kaise hai? Abhutarth is the unreal viewpoint. It talks about the Nishchay, how it can be bhutarth. That is the question. So he says, निश्चय नय का विषय क्या है? शुद्धात्मा, pure soul. Vyavahar will say that pure soul has karma, has kashai, has body, has family, has Bhagwan, Dev, Guru, all Vyavahar Naya will talk. Nishchay will say, no, you're a Shuddhat. Shuddhat. Okay, so Nishchay will say, you take shelter in that Shuddhatma, you will get moksha. So that Nishchay viewpoint only is Sakshat Bhutarth. But how will you show about the Shuddhatma? Through Vyavahar only. That Atma is Gyan, Atma is Darshan, Atma is this, Atma is this, Atma is this. But if you consider the explanation as the reality, then it is unreal. For example, I give you the explanation of Rasagulla. You don't consider the explanation as the taste of Rasagulla. After the explanation, you know how to go and buy the Rasagulla. You know all the features of it. So you won't mistake some other sweet for Rasagulla. And then you bring the Rasagulla. And when you're eating it, there will be no vikalp, nirvikalp. It's only aha, oho at the time of eating the Rasagulla. You don't think, oh, I got this Rasgulla from Sri Mithai, Kakada, Adiyar Ananda Bhavan, this place. It is 10 rupees ka Rasgulla. So much of efforts I applied and I got the Rasgulla. No vikalp. All vikalp pehle ho jata hai. At the time of experience, it is nirvikalp. So at the time of experience of the pure soul, no Nishchay Vyavahar is there. In the reality, no Nishchay Vyavahar is there. It is what it is. But to reach to the understanding of it, you need the Nishchay and Vyavahar. They are outside the reality. They are viewpoints to understand the reality. That is what you have to understand. Clear? Am I loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, next question he raises on page number 12. Why do you ignore the Vyavahar Naya? Vyavahar Naya ka nishedh kyun karte ho? Kyunki if you keep doing the Vyavahar, Shuddhatma ki prapti nahi hogi. Because that Shuddhatma ka experience is Vyavaharatit. Delhi is beyond all the stations. That you have to first understand. First, Nishchay ka Nishchay karo. What is the real Moksha Marga? First, determine that correctly. Then the real Vyavahar will start. Until then, it is all Vyavarabhas. Vyavarabhas, you all understand? It looks like Vyavahar, but it is not Vyavahar. For example, what does it mean to be a doctor? A child, no small child. They do khel mein. They play games, no? So teacher, doctor, they'll be playing. So for them, what is doctor? Wearing the white coat, taking a stethoscope and examining people. And they say, take this medicine. Understood? Now, just by doing these three things, write some medicine and wear a stethoscope, wear a white coat, you become a doctor. How do you become a doctor? Sirf ye vyavahar karne se doctor banenge? No. You have to get admission in the college, take all the books, study systematically. But at that time, will you not use a stethoscope? Will you not use the white coat? Will you not prescribe medicines? All the vyavahar you do know. But without doing the real studies, and you continue to do this vyavahar, they are called as quacks, doctors, quacks. You understand what I'm telling? थोड़ा डॉक्टर के पास 10 साल काम करने के बाद they start their own doctorate. So they are called as quacks. They feel they know everything, but they may be harmful for the society. Like that, there are gurus who think they know the reality, but they don't know the reality. And they also drown in sansar, and people who take refuge in them also. Okay, just give me 1 minute. So sorry, dear. Sorry. Okay. So understood this Vyavhar Nyaya point of view little by little. So why Vyavhar Nyaya is to be declined? Because uska phal anant sansar. If you rely only on the Vyavhar, anant sansar. If you rely only on Nishchay, also anant sansar. Both will come. Then moksha marga. Okay, chalo. Next one. So Nishchay Nyaya is the, what is it? Vyavhar Nyaya is the explainer. Nishchay Nyaya is the one that is explained. So the relation is called Pratipadya Pratipadak. Pratipadak means explainer. Pratipadya, that which is explained. So Vyavhar Nyaya mein this relation will come. Whereas in Nishchay Nyaya, it is what? Nishchay Nyaya is Nishchay Nyaya और Vyavhar Nyaya में प्रतिपाद्य प्रतिपादक. Under Nishchay Nyaya, point number 12, page number 15. Nishchay Nyaya is explained, Vyavhar Nyaya is the explainer. Whereas in Vyavhar Nyaya, you see the opposite side, it is Nishedya Nishedhak. Nishedhak is Nishchay Nyaya. And what is eliminated? Eliminator and eliminated. Eliminator is Nishchay Nyaya. Eliminated is Vyavhar Nyaya. Now, after that, you see this point. Point number 17. Point number 17 there, you see, very beautiful. At the time of experience of the reality, the thought of Nishchay Nyaya will go. The thought of Nishchay Nyaya has to go. The thought that this is a Rasgulla has to go. Okay. Then, but Rasgulla doesn't go. The Atma experience doesn't go, but the viewpoint is also rested. And at the time of the experience of the reality. But if you take the other side, Vyavhar Nyaya, listen carefully. Anubhav ke kaal mein, the Vyavhar Nyaya vikalp is also not there, and the Vishay is also not important. Dev, Guru, Dharma, all are not important. Dev, Guru, external things, not important. When you're traveling by the train, I'm going by the train, I'm going by the track, all that is not important. Just enjoy the journey is important. Clear? So Vishay bhi nahi hai, Vikalp bhi nahi hai. That is Vyavhar Nyaya. Then one more thing you have to see. 16th point. At the time of Anubhav ki prakriya mein, Nishchay Nyaya is very important. But at the time of Upadesh, Vyavhar Nyaya is important. Now, 14th point. See this 14th point. To understand the Nishchay Nyaya, Prarambhik Bhumika mein, we have to take the Vyavhar point of view. Atma mein Gyan hai, Darshan hai, Charitra, Vyavhar is important. मैं कर दी गरम चाय बना दी हो गया नहीं एक मिनट Okay, so what I'm saying, point number 14 is to explain the Nishchay Nyaya at the initial level, LKG level, Vyavhar Nyaya has to be taken up. Now see the opposite side. Without leaving the Vyavhar Nyaya, you cannot get the Nishchay Nyaya point. Okay. Point number 13.
Ma'am, that would be cyclical, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Initially it will be cyclical. Then you get the swift, you're swiftly on the path of moksha. All the nayas will drop. What remains is a pure experience. What remains is a pure experience. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
if you remember Chedhala, we studied over there. Teen bhuvan mein sar, Vitarag Vigyanata, Shiva Swarup Shivakar, Namahu Triyog Samharike. And what is that Vitarag Vigyanta? They use the example of the churner thing and they explain. So the two ropes are the Nishchay and Vyavar. You should not leave both the ropes. You should not tighten and fasten to both the ropes. You have to keep moving one rope and then the other. So when you're getting hold of one, the other is gone. When you're catching this tightly, the other is loose, gone. Like that, you keep churning, churning, churning. You get the butter and ghee of Samyak Darshan, Gyan, Charitra, Moksha. Keval Gyan. Vitaragata. Keval Gyan. Understood?
Yeah.
Best
Thank you.
example. This is the best example. Okay, so we will look at these points in a little while. Now come over here. Pratipadya, Pratipadak, understood? Pratipadya means explained. Pratipadak, explainer. Likewise, Nishedya, Nishedak. Nishedak is what? Nishchay. Nishedya kaun hai? Vyavar. Eliminated, eliminator. Okay, that is explained. So these are the salient features of Vyavarne. Now let us take a very beautiful example. The clothes are dirty. Clothes are dirty, you apply soap. Then you remove the soap also or not? You remove the soap also or not? Then you keep saying, no, soap Vyavar is important. And you don't leave it. Then you won't get your Nishchay of white pure clothes. Will not come out. So you have to use the Vyavar and then eliminate that Vyavar and then get the fine clothes. Got it?
Yeah, ma'am,
Got it?
just one question.
Pucha.
You mentioned that once we reach Nishchay, that is a time when we need to, shrug off or do away with Vyavar.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Nishchay and Vyavar cannot coexist together?
See, I'll tell you one thing. Nishchay ka Nishchay hone ke baad real Vyavar starts. Real Vyavar of Moksha Marg will start. Reality mein Ratnatraya will start. You understand? Both go hand in hand. But yahan par viewpoint ki baat kar rahe. See, when you are, for example, Mahavir Swami is meditating on the pure soul. The focus has to be only the pure soul. At that time, if he thinks that I was Naisar in my past life, I was a Mithya Drishti, then I got Samyak Darshan, then is he doing Dharma Dhyan, Shukla Dhyan, or he is doing some other Dhyan? You understand? So he's determined the nature of reality. That reality is Gyayak Bhav. To absorb in the Gyayak Bhav is Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra. That's all. That is a Nishchay. But for that, you have to take to Munihood, you have to sit in meditation. All that Vyavar will happen or not. But if you consider that Vyavar as Moksha Marg, without knowing that I have to focus on the pure soul, then you miss the bus. You miss the target.
So which means that once we reach Nishchay, Vyavar does exist, but it is gone.
Pardon? Repeat it.
Does that mean that once we reach Nishchay, at that time, Vyavar does exist, but it becomes gone?
Yes, Vyavar exists.
Okay.
But that point of view of Vyavar is done with. Same way, Nishchay Naika point of view also will drop. What remains is the Nishchay. What remains is the Nishchay. What remains is the experience of Vyavar. That experience of the pure soul is Vyavar. The determination of the pure soul is Nishchay. Everything else is Nishchayabhas, Vyavarabhas. Supposing I say, कि आत्मा के नजदीक रहना है उपवास. Okay, to be near the soul is upavasa. Upavasa. Okay, now I do the Vyavar ka upvas. Not eating food, not watching TV. But I'm sitting and playing cards. So upvas has happened or not? उपवास has happened or not?
No.
तो वो झूठा व्यवहार है, रियल व्यवहार भी नहीं, रियल व्यवहार भी नहीं है, झूठा व्यवहार. Now, I have determined that I have to be near the soul. So when I go and meditate on my soul, so externally I'm not engaged in food, anshan ho gaya. I'm not engaged in sensual pleasures, to kya bole, pratyahar ho gaya. I focus on my soul, to dhyan ho gaya. All the 12 types of nirzara will have. Vinay ho gaya. Kayotsar. I forget that I have a body. So kayotsarg ho gaya.
Sure.
All the व्यवहार हो गया, नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं। सहज में होता है, सारा व्यवहार सहज में होता है जब निश्चय का निश्चय हो।
Sure.
I'll give you another example. One boy and girl are not engaged. Now I'll do all the vyavahar. Okay, the boy and girl are not engaged, but I'll call the pandit, I'll book the hotel, and I'll call all the dum-dum, PP, every people, all the people. I print the cards, everything. ये क्या व्यवहार है? झूठा व्यवहार है ना? No boy, no girl engaged.
Sure.
All this vyavahar is all fake. Like that, all this vrat, tap, niyam, puja is all fake until and unless the dravya gun paryay are engaged to each other. The paryay focuses on the trikali dhruv dravya. That sagai doesn't happen. That engagement does not happen. Then all this vrat, tap, niyam, puja part is like that marriage drama where there is no dula dulan. Now, the second example. Dula dulan raji. Dula dulan fixed. तो व्यवहार सोच सोच के करेंगे या सहज में सब व्यवहार हो जाता है? If not this pandit, another pandit. If not this hotel, another hotel. If not this caterer, another caterer. If not this dum-dum, another dum-dum. You understand dum-dum, all the dhol, baja, nagada, blah, blah. All sangeet, ye, wo, sab music, sab shore ho jata.
Sure.
Then it has got some meaning. Then all this arrangement has got some meaning. But if making these arrangements is not wedding, first the dula dulan, the bride and the bridegroom have to be fixed. Now listen, the bridegroom is the trikali dhruv dravya, and the paryay looks at the dravya, that is the bride. That's why in Vaishnavism you have one tradition which says that Paramatma is the only male. All the other Jivatmas are female. इसलिए वो कृष्ण की रास लीला है ना, all the gopis and all that. So that Krishna is one, but the gopis are many. Like that, the Trikali Dhruv Dravya is one, but the Paryay are many. And the Dravya is with all the Paryay and beyond it. So Krishna is with all the gopis, but yet beyond everybody. So that deep philosophy is there in the Bhagavad, but people don't highlight it or focus on it, and they just take Krishna, Radha. Oh, Krishna had so many gopis. Even I can have Ras Leela. So Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, hippie culture, charas piyo, ganja piyo, multiple affairs karo, Osho ka. कितना distorted view ले लेते हैं लोग.
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks, ma'am.
Aren't these the examples of Naya Bhas, ma'am?
Yes, Naya Bhas only. Vyavara Bhas, Naya Bhas, Hetwa Bhas. Hetu, wrong hetu. ये सब करने से मोक्ष हो जाएगा. हेतु wrong. That's why the study of Praman is very important. And you please read this book by Datta and Chatterjee, Indian philosophy. उसमें every philosophy का प्रमाण दिया हुआ. प्रत्यक्ष, परोक्ष, प्रत्यक्ष, बस उतना ही बताते हैं. But the way deeply Jainism analyzes the Naya, you won't find this analysis anywhere in any philosophy. मैं आपको है ना डंके की चोट पर कह सकती हूँ. डंके की चोट पर मतलब I can declare it on white paper. It's
Ma'am,
not
just-
there anywhere. This I'm telling out of my 40 years of studies of Jainism. 40 years. I've been teaching Jainism right from the age of 16, 17. I'm 56 now. 40 years. I have not come across. I have read almost all philosophies and religious texts and traditions, and including Ramana Maharishi, Aurobindo, kya bole, Swami Vivekananda's literature, Ramakrishna Paramahams, Meera, Sur, Tulsi, Kabir, Ramayana. Mahabharata, Ved, Upanishads, then some Western philosophies, whether it is Socrates or Plato or Kant or Hegel or Descartes. Nowhere I have come across this analysis of Vyavahar Nyaya and Nishchay Nyaya, as you find in the Jaina logic works written by Digambar Acharyas. Shwetambar Acharyas also have written Siddha Sen Divakar, but that deeply they have not analyzed. Syadvad Manjari and Saptabhangi Tarangini, all these books you cannot read if you don't understand the viewpoint. From what viewpoint they are telling. कभी बोलते हैं, कभी बोलते नहीं. Sometimes they'll say आत्मा के साथ कर्म है, कभी बोलते नहीं. ये क्या बात है? What are you saying? So व्यवहार में बोलेंगे कि कर्म है, निश्चय में बोलेंगे नहीं. So if you don't understand Nischay Vyavahar, how you'll understand the reality? That is so complex. Bolo.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused between Nishchay and
आपकी
Nishchay.
आवाज है ना, आपकी आवाज मुझे नहीं आ रही है.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
थोड़ा louder and clearer, please.
Yeah, okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah, better.
Yeah. I'm a little confused between Nishchay and Nishchay Nyaya.
Nischay and Nischay Nyaya.
Yeah.
Okay. See, Nischay is the nature of reality. And Nischay Nyaya is the viewpoint of examining that reality without mixing it up with any other thing. Okay? Got it?
Yes, yes.
And when you mix it up and talk, it is Vyavahar point of view.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, great. Thank you.
For example, if I say, who is Mr. Paras? Then I'll say he's a Paramagam student. Then your wife will say, she's my husband. Your children will say, he's our father. Your government will say, you're their citizen. Jainism will say, you're a pure soul. You're not Paras. You're not wife. You're not anybody's husband. You're not anybody's student. You're a pure soul. That is a Nischay point of view. Oh, I am a pure soul. Now you absorb in the pure soul. So Vyavahar happens. And then you detach from the class, you detach from your wife, you detach from the government, you go and deep meditation. So all the detachment ka Vyavahar will happen. Once you have determined that I am such a pure soul, I want that experience of it and nothing else. Then the Vyavahar of detachment, Kayotsar, Upvas, everything will happen. But without the determination that I am a pure soul, you leave the world, you take Diksha, then, oh, I have detached from my family, I have detached. But for what? To absorb in the pure soul. But that has not been your goal. Simply detaching from outside world is your goal. But attaching the value to the pure soul has never been the goal. So wo pura Vyavahar ka value zero. Zero matlab punya. Punya. Devlok de dega. After that, nahi go. Like that we have to understand. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Okay. Sorry, आपका example ले लिया क्योंकि question आपका ही था. Okay. Now let us take the salient features of Nischay Nyaya. Page number 13. First, that which targets the undivided whole, abhed, and no upchar, no formality, blunt truth, black and white, anupchar, no formality, is Nischay point of view. जो वस्तु का निश्चय करता है, that which talks about the reality which is untouched by any other thing as it is Nischay viewpoint. Then सच्चे का निरूपण करता, सच्चे निरूपण, talking about the reality as it is Nischay. Atmashrit kathan is Nischay. Swa ashrit, taking refuge in the pure soul, talking from the pure soul point of view is Nischay. Then here in Nischay Nyaya, karta, karma are not two different things. They are in the same dravya. That is the fourth viewpoint. Fifth one. For example, the घी का pot is called as mud pot. It is made of mud. It belongs to the mud. You may do the vyavahar of keeping ghee in it, but it belongs to the mud. Okay, now I'll give you one nice example. Listen to me very carefully. In Samay Sar, you have both the viewpoints, Nishchay Nay, Vyavahar Nay. So listen to me, I'm going to give you two examples. Shatkarak, 6 cases. Nominative case, accusative case, instrumental case, dative, locative, vocative, genitive, all those cases. Okay, so 6 karak exist in the same element, same thing. And talking about the 6 karak from mixing with others is called vyavahar. I'll give you the example. Who makes a pot? The potter makes the pot. So the potter is the karta, the pot is the karma. Karan kya hai? Instrument kya hai? The wheel, the shaft that he uses. Okay, so that is the Karan, instrument. His hands are the instrument. He gives shape to the mud pot. Okay, then from where did he take the mud? From the basket. For what did he make the mud pot? To store water. For where did he make the pot? On the ground. On the ground he was sitting, and on the ground he placed the earth, clay, and there he made the pot. So there are 6 people: potter, pot, wheel, basket, earth, land, like that, 6 things. For water. This is the vyavahar point of view. Nishchay, what it will say, the mud made the mud pot. For the mud, in the mud, from the mud, by the mud, everything was made. Now look at it from the soul point of view. From the vyavahar point of view, we'll say, Atma got liberation. Nimit was Dev Guru Shastra for happiness in Bharata Kshetra. So like that 6 karak will say. But what Nishchay will say, Atma ne Atma ko. When the Atma realized the Atma, by the Atma, for the Atma, from the Atma, in the Atma, moksha happened. And all these nimit ke presence mein that did this job. So moksha happened. Understood? 2 viewpoints. So Nishchay ne will say, मिट्टी के घड़े को मिट्टी का कहेगा, घी का नहीं बोलेगा. Okay, so the dravya parinaman only is the focus of the Nishchay. Dravya ka parinaman, Gyan, Darshan, Charitra, Roop, parinaman. The dravya, looking at the dravya. See, looking at the dravya, samyak darshan happens. Looking at the dravya, samyak gyan happens. Looking at the dravya, the samyak charitra happens. And not coming out of the dravya is samyak tap. Okay, so that is the viewpoint of the Nishchay. So Nishchay will always look at the swadravya or par dravya, all are karan nahi hai, karya nahi hai, they are all nimit. वो किसी को किसी के साथ नहीं मिलाता है. It talks about reality as it is. That is why Nishchay Nay is Bhutarth. Bhutarth means real. It explains the reality. Reality it is. Okay, so the definition of Nishchay Nay. Between two vastu, between 2 things. Okay, there is no unity between 2 things. There's no unity. Ekta ka khandan karta hai. Nishchay Nay refutes the unity between 2 dravya. And it looks at the akhanda vastu, abhed vastu, mein bhed ka nishedh karta hai. And you go to the reality. What is the purpose of this Nishchay Nay? Par se bhed, nij se abhed. Like the ghee pot, the pot is different, the ghee is different from the pot. It is bheda. But from the nature of the ghee ka nature, it is abheda. Abheda means you cannot detach the nature of the ghee from the ghee. So Nishchay Nyay will talk of the ghee and its nature and not mixing it with two things. Okay? Yeah. So Shat Karak ki sthapna, Bhed, Bhinna Bhinna, Karta Karma, all this is not there in Nishchay. Kathan. निश्चय नय जिस द्रव्य का जो भाव हो उसे उसी द्रव्य का, दिस आई फिनिश्ड. भूतार्थ स्व आश्रित कथन से निश्चय नय का कथन, अभेद अखंड आत्मा. और अप्लाइंग दिस निश्चय नय you get सम्यक दर्शन, mukti, moksha. Okay, now let us quickly take the differences between Nishchay and Nyay. Some I have done, some I'll do now. Summary of what we have done so far. First point, Nishchay Nyay talks of the reality as it is. First point. Second point, formally it talks. Oh, there's one very nice example, you know. Listen, one again, Panditji's example would be. One girl got engaged, got married to a boy. Now the boy, no, he realized I have become a husband. Oh, my husband ban gaya, my husband ban gaya, my husband ban. Okay, then he goes to the wife and he says, oh dear, I have become your husband. He goes to his parents, oh parents, I have become husband. Brother, sister, oh brother, sister, I have become husband. So he became a husband is Nishchay. But what is the need to do the vyavahar of telling I have become a husband? You become a husband means sit and enjoy being a husband. Go for honeymoon, enjoy with your darling wife. Why you have to declare and say, I have become husband, I have become husband? Now, supposing he does this vyavahar, it is reality that he has become husband and he is very happy about becoming a husband. Then enjoy that happiness. But he is not able to contain that happiness. He has to tell the world. Now he goes to tells the world, oh dear wife, I have become husband. That wife will leave him and run away. Pagal admi. It's a fact that he has become a husband. But if he does this vyavahar, oh, I have become a husband, that is madness. That is why Paramatma, when they get that Gyayak Bhav, they don't do this vyavahar, oh, I got the Atma. They simply enjoy being the Atma. They don't even have the time to tell that I have become Paramatma, I have become Paramatma. That busy, they are enjoying the Paramatmahood. You understand? Clear this example. So, husband kaun hai jiska hasna band, wife ki sunna, chupchap. Okay, so this was all jokes apart. Now come back. So, yatharth ka nirupan karta. Nishchay Nyay will say you become husband. Vyavahar mein, oh, I have become so-and-so son-in-law, so-and-so's brother-in-law, so-and-so's this thing. All that vyavahar will be there. Upchar, formally. Oh, I am this. But actually, though, he is happy being a husband of that lady. Baki sab formally relations ko manage karta. He is not too excited about them. Clear, understood?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Upcharit nirupan karta. Nishchay Nyay Atma Ashrit. Only Atma. Vyavahar Nyay will talk about the associated par ashrit kathan bhi speaking bhi karega. Nishchay Nyay will talk of all the one reality which is disassociated from everything else. From karma, from kashai, from kaya, from maya, from even samyak darshan. Samyak darshan nahi, moksha nahi. Only pure soul talk is Nishchay. I'll give you another example. Again from Samay Sar. In Samay Sar, they say that the 9 tattvas come and play their role on the stage of life. So you are which tattva? Out of the 9 tattvas, include the punya pap, now padarth. They're all coming and doing their role play. Moksha will come, do its role. Asra will come. Who are you? Who are you? Tell me.
Jeev Tattva.
Jeev tattva?
Yeah.
No. Nishchay Nyay will say, you are the one who is sitting and watching the drama. You are only a watcher. You are only a knower and seer. You are only that knower and seer who is watching the 9 tattvas The jiva going behind punya, the jiva going behind pap, the jiva doing asrav, the jiva getting moksha, the jiva getting samyak darshan. So if you focus on these 9 things, you won't get the reality. Focus on the focuser. Focus on the one who is observing. All the 9 realities will be properly understood. The real asra will stop. I mean, the asra will stop, real samvar will happen, nirjara will happen, moksha will also happen. If you understand that you are a mere spectator, observer, witness, sakshi bhav, gyayak bhav, gyata drashta bhav, whether you accept it or not, you know it, you are that. Right now, you are that. Trikal, you are that. Understood? Little, thoda, thoda, hit hua ke nahi. Oh, I am that. Total detachment. Samyak darshan chahiye, nahi chahiye. Moksha chahiye, nahi chahiye. Aayega, wo sab aayega. I don't have to go behind it. They are all pariyai. All these stations will come on the way. I am sitting quietly in the train of Gyayak Bhav. When it has to come, let it come. I am not bothered. Vitrag bhav ho gaya. Then that
Ma'am, I have a
Keval Gyan.
question.
Bolo.
Is the Nishchay only applicable to Jiva or other 5 dravyas as well?
All the dravyas. For
All the
example, from the karma point of view, there is no jiva in the karma. It is pure karma only.
Yeah.
The mud is pure
Right.
mud only. There is no potter, there is nothing else in the mud.
Okay.
So that from Nishchay point of view, you have to understand all the 6 dravyas. But
Okay.
because the prayojan is moksha, we apply on Atma.
Right.
So Pudgal is not there in the Atma. Atma is not there in the Pudgal. Karma mein hai. Atma mein hai. Sharir mein hai. Bhav karm mein hai. Nobody is the karta karm for anybody. They are nimitic for all the 4.
Right.
पूरा यूनिवर्स में लगा दो आप ये
Okay.
बात.
Yeah.
Okay. आकाश
Thank you.
आकाश में है. Siddha Bhagwan are in the Akash Pradesh in the Siddha Shila, but they are in the Atma Pradeshas. They are not in the Akash Pradesh. Akash Pradesh में है बोलना व्यवहार. आत्मा में है वो बोलना निश्चय. लोकालोक दिखता है केवल ज्ञान में व्यवहार. वो आत्मा को देखते हैं वो निश्चय.
Right. Got
Ma'am,
it.
yeah, I have one question. You mentioned again, very basic question. We've spoken about it in the past, but I'm
Paras
not been able to understand.
आवाज नहीं आ.
Okay. Now, am I audible? Can you hear me now?
Actually, lot of stress for me to catch what you're telling. If I don't understand, how will I reply?
No. Am I audible now?
Better.
Now, you mentioned that we observe the observer. So I'm again not very clear because you mentioned that you said that we are not the Jiv Tattva out of the 9 Tattvas. Then you said that we observe the observer. So can you just explain that? Observe
Okay,
the observer.
listen. See, Jiva, when you say Jiva, what do you understand? That which breathes, that which moves, that which talks, that which lives, that has got gati, jati, indriya. Wo Jiva hai kya? Yes, Siddha Bhagwan in moksha not doing walking, talking, indriya, body, kaya nahi hai. Wo Jiva hai.
No, that is the one.
Both are Jiv, no? वो शुद्ध जीव है, ये कर्म मिश्रित जीव है. So separate that jiva from all the karmas. Vyavhar. Target the shuddha jiva. And that shuddha jiva is a knower, seer, and not a doer. The pure soul is a knower, seer, and non-doer. इसको बोलते हैं आत्म सिद्धि, आत्मा की सिद्धि करना. We are intellectually understanding, but this you have to go to the deep meditation level and realize it. खाली ऊपर से I am a knower, seer, and not a doer is nothing. That means the real determination of reality has not happened. निश्चय का निश्चय नहीं हुआ. इसलिए the real व्यवहार of Ratnatraya and Moksha Marg has not happened. So when you nischay is that I'm a knower and seer, uska nischay karo and sit and meditate on it. Antar muhurat mein you will get keval gyan. Antar muhurat ka vyavhar. Antar muhurat means not even full 48 minutes. Within 48 minutes, that Atma from Mati Shrut, it goes to keval gyan level and becomes antar muhurat, only antar muhurat time. Meditation is only for antar muhurat. But that perfect antar muhurat will come only by a long practice of many births, many years, many applications.
Okay. Sure.
You understand? You
Yes.
understand? So
Yes,
how
ma'am.
serious the study is, how serious the study is, and how casually we are taking Jainism. ये भगवान की दिव्य ध्वनि है, उसकी तो जितनी महिमा करो, जितना आदर करो, जितना अहोभाव करो, कम है. In that ahobhav, oh, aha, that itself, that ahobhav itself, so many karmas will be destroyed. महिमा आनी चाहिए, महिमा आनी चाहिए. महिमा मतलब glorification, not fake में, real में. Very thin line of difference between the real महिमा and the fake महिमा. जिसको रियल में महिमा आती है ना, वो बोलता भी नहीं है, वो चुपचाप अपनी महिमा में आनंद करता है, आनंद करता है. जैसे वो हस्बैंड इज बिकम अ हस्बैंड, वो आनंद करता है हस्बैंड बनने में, बाहर में महिमा का ड्रामा नहीं करता.
Sure. Yes. Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah. So coming back, so निश्चय नय is भूतार्थ, व्यवहार नय is summary of what we have done. निश्चय नय जिस द्रव्य का है उसी द्रव्य का बोलेगा कि आत्मा is आत्मा only, it is ज्ञायक भाव, it does not do anything. That doesn't mean you keep murdering people and you say, I don't murder. If the terrorists got this pravachan, they'll keep murdering and they'll say, I never murdered anybody. I was only a nimit. He had to die, so I appeared and I killed him. That kind of jhuta nishchay, jhuta vyavhar sab ho jata. Okay, so nishchay nay says all dravya are independent. Each gun in the dravya is independent. Each parya is independent of the other. Nobody is dependent on anybody. But Vyavhar Nay will say, mix up 2, 3, 4 things and establish the cause and effect relation between them. Nishchay Nay will target the Akhanda Vastu. Akhanda means undivided whole. Vyavhar Nay will target the parts in the whole. Clear? Nishchay will target the whole. Vyavhar will target the parts in the whole. Understanding the whole elephant is Nishchay. But talking about the elephant from different parts point of view is Vyavhar. Okay. Nishchay ne, will never say there is unity between two dravya. Atma is alag, karma is alag. There is no karma in the Atma. No kashay in the Atma. No samyak darshan gyan charitra in the Atma. It is what it is. When you understand it as it is Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra. Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra ka vyavhar happens. So निश्चय का निश्चय करने के बाद ही सम्यक व्यवहार प्रारंभ होता है. Until and unless it is झूठा व्यवहार. So what Vyavhar Nay will do, Prayojan Vash, to prove something, they will establish relations between two dravya. Okay, then Nishchay Nay, Swa se abhed, par se bhed. It is not separated from the Swa and totally separated from the par. It is different, bhed. That is Nishchay. Vyavhar Nay kya karega? Listen carefully. Swa mein bhed karega. Swa means Atma. Atma mein gyan hai, darshan hai, charitra hai, bhed karega. और पर से अभेद करेगा. पर से अभेद करेगा मतलब it has got karma, it has got kashai, it has got kaya, it has got maya, all that it will say. When you're doing all this, it is yours. ऐसे वो व्यवहार नहीं करेगा. Understood? This point very, very important. निश्चय नहीं क्या करेगा? स्व में, sugar is sugar, no bheda in it. Whereas Vyavhar will say, yes, it is white, it is crystal, it is sweet, it is this, it is that, it is mine, it is yours. It is ration ki dukan ka, it is grocery ki dukan ka, it is 100 rupees ka, all the vyavahar it will do. Ved. It will never say sugar is as it is. Okay, like that you have to understand. Nishchay is the pratipadya. Pratipadya means that which has to be explained. And Vyavarnay is the pratipadak, explainer. Atma mein gyan hai, darshan hai, sat tattva hai. Explainer, Vyavar. Nishchay is the nishedak. It eliminates all the Vyavar. And Vyavarnay is the eliminated. Nishedak, nishedhya. That which is eliminated is nishedhya. The one which eliminates is nishedak. Okay? Yeah. Nishchay and Vyavarnay relation is pratipadya, pratipadak. Explainer, explained. And Vyavarnay and Nishchay, nishedhya, nishedak. Then, to get Nishchay, Vyavahar ko chodna hoga. To reach Delhi, you have to leave all the stations. You have to go beyond all the stations. To get Atma, you have to go beyond Darshan, Gyan, Charitra, absorb in the Gyayak Bhav as it is. At the time of experience, there is no Darshan, Gyan, Charitra. It is the experience of the Gyayak. Vyavahar naye ke bina, Nishchay samjha nahi ja sakta. So Vyavahar also, you have to tag it along. निश्चय नय को समझने के लिए प्रारंभिक भूमिका में व्यवहार नय को अपनाना होगा. At the LKG level, to understand the निश्चय viewpoint, the व्यवहार viewpoint has to be understood. And without leaving the व्यवहार नय, निश्चय नय का पाया नहीं जा सकता. Without leaving all the stations, you cannot reach the station of Delhi. Like that. Without निश्चय तत्व का लोप हो जाएगा. Without व्यवहार तीर्थ का लोप. लोप मतलब नाश. Disappear, not present, not available ho jayega. At the time of experience, Nishchay Nay is important. At the time of giving the sermons, Vyavahar is important. Even Tirthankar Bhagwan, without the Vyavahar, they cannot explain the Nishchay. They also have to do the Vyavahar. At the time of Nishchay, Anubhav, at the time of experience of the reality, Nishchay Nay ka vikalp. Vikalp means the idea of Nishchay Nay drops, but not the vishay, but not the target. For example, again, Dronacharya and Arjun. What do you see when he has to shoot the eyeball of the kya bole? Bird, not the real bird, but a fake bird. Ka ek mural is kept. Mural or image is kept. What does he say? I see Gurudev, I see you, I see the tree. Means he can't focus on the target. So he has to go beyond. Gurudev, I don't see you. I don't see the tree. I don't see the bird. I don't see the eye. I only see the eyeball of the eyeball. Nothing else I see. Even though they are there, but not of importance at the time of experience. That much focus is there means the Gyayak Bhav experience will happen. Or the experience of the Gyayak Bhav will be realized. Experience of the Gyayak Bhav is happening every moment, but the realization of it is not there. That way we have to understand. Okay, so Nishchay Nay will say Karta, Karma are two different, no, one same person. The Arjun is the Karta, Arjun is the Karma. The concentration is the Karma. Everything else is second. Oh, no, Gurudev, you taught me, so I'm able to. That time he cannot be thinking of all this. My guru is like this, my teaching is like this. That time, all the vikalp have to be dropped. But how did he reach that vikalp? Through respect for the guru, through respect for the practice, then he reached that target. Like that you have to answer. Okay, so Vyavahar ne do dravya ke beech mein karta karma sambandh will be established. So now you go through these pages and come to page number 52. Vyavahar ne. So Mahendran sir is so lucky learning the same thing at the Jainology level also. and again at the Parmagam level at the same time.
Yes,
What a
ma'am.
beautiful coincidence. Okay, so
Yes.
Vyavahar Nyay mein 2 divisions. See, first Nyay mein 2 divisions. Nishchay, Vyavahar. Leave the Nishchay Nyay for the second page. Vyavahar Nyay first page. Under Vyavahar Nyay, again take 2 divisions. Sadbhut, Asadbhut, Sadbhut. Asadbhut means a bhutarth. Sadbhut means somewhat bhutarth, real. Asadbhut means not real. Sadbhut means somewhat real. Under Asadbhut, take 2 divisions. Upacharit and then Anupcharit. So Upacharit, Asadbhut, Vyavahar Nyay. Anupcharit, Asadbhut, Vyavahar Nyay. Then come to the other side, Sadbhut. Again in Sadbhut, take Upacharit, Anupacharit. We will analyze these 4 in the next class. Clear? So learn these names and come 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be calling them 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should tell me what is 1. You should tell me what is 2. You should tell me what is 3 and 4. Clear? Got it?
Yeah.
We'll do it in the next
Thank you.
class. Class is over. Thank you, Jai Jinendra.
Thank you. Thank
Ma'am,
you.
thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir. Thank you.
Thank
sir.
you.
जावाणी के ज्ञान में सूझे लो कालो सोवाणी मस्तक न सदा देत हूँ. I'm not happy with the people who don't interact with me in the class. Jai Jinendra.
Ma'am, I had a comment. This subject is, for me, it is appearing to be the most primary subject before anything else happens.
It is.
Wouldn't it shouldn't it have been placed any earlier than the 6th semester, do you think?
I'll tell you one thing. There is one more advanced text that you're going to study, Pariksha Mukh. It was placed
Right.
in the 3rd year. But many people were dropping from the Parmagam course because of that subject. They were not able to
Right.
catch it. So we took it and put it in the 10th semester.
Right, right.
So you're not familiar with the Jain tenets. How will you apply this Nishchay Vyavahar? First, you
Right.
have to be familiar with the Vyavahar point of view and then learn to go beyond it. But in the first step, we
Okay.
tell you to go beyond it. Then you will not understand the Vyavahar correctly. First, they have exposed
Right.
to you the basic Jainism. Now they're telling you the methodology with which you have to apply and understand and do the postmortem of all the tenets.
Right.
Okay, that is why it is
Right.
placed in the 3rd year. And
Right,
from
right.
here on, you will be talking only in this language. We'll be learning
Okay.
Samaysar, we'll be learning Pravachan, we'll be learning Pariksha Mukh, we'll be learning Agam Ke Nay. All
Right.
application of this Nayas only will come from now on. Now you have learned the basic tenets. Now you have got the methodology. Now you have to apply the methodology on these tenets,
Oh.
on these tenets.
Okay.
That is what the next 2 years is all about.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank
Jai
you. Thank
Jinendra.
you.
Thank
Jai
you.
Ma'am,
Thank you.
Ma'am, you said Atma is in its Atma Pradesh. That's also a Vivahar. That I can't understand, ma'am.
Yes, आत्मा अपने आत्म प्रदेशों में रहता है या अपने ज्ञान आनंद में रहता है.
Oh,
Atma
yes.
Pradesh is physical form. Our spiritual form is the Gyan Darshan Swabhav.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Now I understand. Thank you.
Yeah. Like sugar, the physical properties is the Vyavahar. And
Okay.
the essence of sugar, sweetness is the Nishchay.
Oh, okay. Ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
and you referred the book, The Power of Now, ma'am. That book helped me a lot, ma'am.
Very
You are
good.
chiseling us in many ways, ma'am. Sumant Prakash ji's lectures and these books that you are referring, they also help us in many ways, ma'am.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. I love you.
Thank you.
Okay, Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, ma'am.